day, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode, another podcast. This time I've got my mate Aaron. You might remember Aaron from earlier episodes where we review, where he was talking about his boxing career. He's just became an amateur boxer this year and had two fights. The last time we talked, he won both his fights. The second fight seemed a bit more challenging than the first one from what I saw, but maybe Aaron had a different view. But went to both those fights. I did say I was going to go to both fights, but unfortunately I didn't. Yeah, just timings and all that are a bit different. But you'll be happy to know that Aaron won the last two fights that he's had. So after the two fights he had, when I talked about it, when I talked about it on the last podcast I had with Aaron when he won his two fights, his first fight in February and the other one in June or May or something around that time. He's had two fights after that and he's won both of them. So he finishes the year, and that's his last fight for the year, the one that he had last night. So he's won four matches in a row, hasn't lost a fight. And last night he had a fight in Windsor, Richmond, which is kind of out down, I think, the western side of Sydney or some part of Sydney. And yeah, he won. And Aaron, well done. Keep it up, mate. What do you say? Did you ever think you were going to be 4-0 at the start of the year?
Thank you, man, and thanks for inviting me. Welcome to the podcast. Um, yeah, it's been an amazing year. Oh man, like things are just going through my head right now. Like all the things that we've gone through, all the sacrifices, the training, to get all these wins throughout the year. Man, it's been a blast. Like, come to think of it, it's really, I'd say, more than impressive for anyone just who just made their debut in the same year. But I guess, like in the broader spec of things, um, I'd say it's not impossible. So yeah.
Yeah, I look, absolutely understand that. Aaron, so just that, because I didn't review your third fight, didn't have much of a chat with you about that. But yeah, you've been focusing on this fight and also that third fight now, the one that you had last night. You've been busy with other things as well. Understandably, that's what happens when you're an adult. You've got responsibilities and all that. So yeah, not saying I'm young. I'm older than Aaron, but I'm getting old now. But yeah, just with regards to that, Aaron, the third fight you had, just where was the location again, and like, how did that fight go?
Yeah, pretty much the third fight that was in Central Coast, and yeah, it's been a different vibe up there. It's more laid back. Really like that country vibe. Um, not that country though, but yeah, you like that coasty vibe, sort of thing up at Central Coast. Yeah, it's how the fight went, man. It's the same shit as like my every other fight. I'd say it's just complete domination. Like I just push the pace on my opponents and not let them win. I guess.
Nah, I understand. Yeah, look, that's good to hear. We love domination. But just with that, like, what was the guy like? Who was your opponent in that fight? And also,
Yeah,
like,
so
yeah,
my third fight, he was an Aussie guy named Thomas. Um, yeah, like he's had a couple fights as well. And also he's a Muay Thai fighter too. So yeah, he's like going forward to the fight. I knew that this guy's not someone I can push around. Like he's not some like beginner sort of guy that I can dominate. So I had to pick up the pace, use my skills, and outthink and outsmart my opponent and devise a better game plan.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Mm.
After the fight, we got to chat, me and my opponent, and yeah, he told me how good I was, and I told him how much I respected all different types of fighters because I know how hard Muay Thai fighters in general train and how much pain they put their bodies into compared to boxers. So we got that, it's always respect and at the end of the day.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And just with that, how did that fight go in general? Just like, there were three rounds, like most of your fights, and
Yes. So
for the third fight, how did those rounds go?
Yeah, so 3 rounds, just won every round. I just kept him on the ropes as much as I could. He was very good though. He was slipping and rolling a lot under my punches, and yeah, he knew how to get out of the corners, so he didn't stay there that long. But I knew he was about to get tired, so and I had the better gas tank, so I just used that to my advantage. So
Yeah, definitely. Stamina is always a bit of a key with boxing. Yeah, especially when stamina is a real key. Yeah, you've been speaking of stamina. Like, what have you been doing this year to improve your stamina? How do you think you think your stamina's improved over time, or
yeah,
what do you think?
100%. If if you're definitely heading into combat sports, you definitely need to work on your cardio. That's the main thing. Like 50% of the fight is win, like is won via cardio. Like you need to have that gas tank. Otherwise, you won't be able to execute a lot of your techniques that you want to do, especially on game day. It's all
Yeah,
about performance at the end of the day. Um, what I normally do, I run 3 to 4 times a week, and that includes hill sprints,
yeah, true.
right, other sprints, and long runs like 3 to 4 Ks. So yeah, just gotta work the gas tank, and also lots of rounds on the bag, shadow boxing, doing extra stuff after your initial class. So yeah.
Yeah, look, that's a good point. Yeah, key point to note for people who are starting out boxing: stamina is the key. Any combat sport for that matter, it's true. Otherwise, if you get gassed out, then you don't have anything in the tank, and that's it. Your opponent has the upper hand over you. And oh my, sorry, just watching something. Sorry. But yeah, just with that, Aaron. With that, also with regards to that fight in the Central Coast, what was you said something about the vibe over there in the Central Coast? Which part of the Central Coast was it? Just like which part of the sub did you go to, and what was the atmosphere like over there?
It was no, no, it's sorry, it was at the entrance. And yeah, I like the beach vibe that they have going on there. It's, you know, lots of locals come around. It's like their normal backyard. And yeah, they're just very laid back, kind of like all the other coasts are. Wollongong, Newcastle, all very laid back, and they just go to the beach whenever and whatever time. So yeah.
Yeah, I noticed, man. People on the coast are generally much more cooler. Maybe it's a bit of a generalization from my end, but they tend to be a bit much more relaxed than maybe the city folk or Western Sydney for some
Exactly.
reason. And
I a lot of people on the coast, they just, I feel like there's no rush at all for time at all. Do you know what I mean? Like,
uh,
not rushing to go somewhere. They take their time.
yeah,
All,
yeah,
it's just laid back.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely, man. That's my experience when I've been to the coast and even Wollongong. Wollongong's not on the central coast, but still, it's like a near the beach and that. Very chill part of New South Wales, generally, or maybe it's just us Sydney siders because we're always in a rush, and when we go over there, it just seems very chill. Maybe the locals over there have a different perspective to us because they've lived there all their lives, so they might have a different perspective to us. So yeah, but yeah, the Central Coast, interesting place. That third fight, really well done there. That one also that came on short notice, didn't it? If I remember correctly, out of the blue, you just shared your picture on like a photo on Instagram or something, and I was like, "What the hell? He fought?" We were all surprised. We're like, "Wait, what? He's actually fighting? He actually fought? We didn't even know it happened." Was it just short notice that you got the notice about the third fight, or?
Though uh, now that I think of it, yeah, sort of in a way, because I was meant to fight the week before that, and if I remember correctly, I did inform you guys that that was canceled. But then the week after, I was put on that card. So yeah, yeah, that was definitely a short notice. So there you go. A lot of
Bit of
when you come
shuffling
up into
around.
the amateur ranks, expect a lot of short notices.
Yeah, a very random one because I did not expect that coming at all.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Instagram post. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? But yeah. Look, that's what it is. You just gotta, like you said, with the amateur stuff, just gotta get ready for whatever's in front of you. You never know what's gonna show up, and just be ready. Kind of like a maybe not like a war zone, maybe not over exaggerating, but kind of like a war. You just got to get ready for whatever you face. Yeah, well done on that third fight. Really good stuff. And then just yesterday night, in Richmond, I think that's in Western Sydney or like outer West Sydney, or where is Richmond again? Windsor, Richmond.
Yeah. Yeah, Richmond, it's very it's even more remote than Penrith, I feel like, because if even if you look at the map, Penrith's already like west of like Blacktown, Seven Hills and all that. Now Richmond is even further than that. It's just north of Penrith, but it's even further north, north of Balcombe Hills, the Hills District. Yeah, there's a lot of mix of farmlands when you go through Richmond, but a lot of suburbia as well, which is what I kind of like about that area. It has that sort of country vibe, but it's different to the coast. Um, I'd say it's more bogany.
Yeah, mate. You want to beer something? You going alright there? You know, you want to go going alright now? Yeah, all of those people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like,
But
hey, kind of like St Mary's, you reckon, or a bit worse than the St Mary's?
it's they're not. It's a bit like Saint Mary's, but they're more. I think they're more bogany, like they're
Although not
more
not as aggressive as St Mary's, you'd say.
not as aggressive, but they're more country
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I would get
countryside.
that. Yeah, St
Yeah,
Mary's was bloody aggressive. They were weird, man.
and
Um,
yeah, man, the venue was on an outdoor space. It was on a footy field, so the boxing
yeah,
ring was set up in a footy field, so everyone was watching outside,
yeah,
which
that's a
is kind
different
of good.
atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And yeah, man,
Mm.
the crowd, it felt like the boxing was just a side thing. It felt like the crowd was just there to gather with their friends and hang out and watching boxing on the side. That's what it felt like, you know. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's a strange. Yeah, I saw that on the Instagram story. You said, I was a bit surprised with it because I was on a footy field and like, yeah, a very different vibe there, and there's probably a lot more people than you've recently fought. Like the crowd probably was a bit bigger than the other fights you've
Oh
had,
yeah,
right?
definitely. I guess that's the reason why they choose the footy field so they can put in more people. But that's also it's this is one of the most laid back events I've ever been to, if I'm being honest. Like like if you compare it to the other events like Rig, or Bankstown, they set it properly in venues, but this one is only set up on a footy field, so yeah, man, different vibes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And also, just with regards to that, um, so yeah, the last night's fight, 3 rounds. What was your opponent? Who'd you fight? And
Yeah.
what do you like about the opponent? What was the challenge that you dealt with your opponent that you faced last night?
Well, the first things first, my opponent had a mullet. So he's an Aussie guy, lots of tats. He's a typical Aussie, dude that fights and wants to have a punch on.
No handlebar mustache, just a mullet. That's it, eh?
Yeah, he
Did you have
did
a
have a
mustache?
mustache too.
Oh my
He has
gosh, like the
he has to
handlebar?
yeah,
Oh
not the
my
handlebar, but
gosh.
he has to complete. It has a full set.
I would have loved to see that hairstyle. That must have been a good one. We
Yeah,
do appreciate mullets on this channel. Do appreciate a good mullet. Takes a lot of effort to grow them.
yes,
But
sir.
yeah, yeah, man. Gee, and what was the guy like? The plan of fighting him, like when you fought him in those rounds, what was it like? What challenges did you face facing this guy, or did you handle it
Yeah.
easily, or what?
Mm. Yeah, my partner was definitely taller than me. Not sure by how much. We're we were fighting at 60 kilos. But I felt like this guy weighs more than 60 kilos. He was very tall, very lanky. He's even taller than the opponent on my second fight that you watched.
Yeah, he was pretty
Yeah,
good. It was a pretty decent height,
yeah,
that kid. Yeah,
even taller than that. And yeah, my strategy was just to work on the inside, just use my
yeah,
infighting and bring the fight to him straight away. Don't let him get on his range and fight in my own range. So
yeah,
yeah, I and um, yeah, if I'm being honest with you, this is my best performance out of all the fights I've had. I've landed like so many clean shots. With this guy, I don't know. He's probably feeling it today. All those shots. But yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
best performance so far.
Oh yeah, wow, that's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
It's really good to hear. But yeah, just with that that fight, where do you reckon he so you said he was taller than him, and you just didn't want to give him any space, right? Like you just didn't want him to use his reach or anything like that, and
Yeah.
he just couldn't deal with you at all.
Yeah. First round, I just took the fight to him straight away, and he was good for a while. He started brawling, throwing lots of shots, but I was blocking a lot of those shots.
So he's just
Um,
like an out and out brawler.
yeah, pretty
What's it?
much. Just gotta stay composed and pick your moments. And yeah, after that, I just started picking him off. I landed a lot of overhands and left hooks, and yeah, man. After that, it was just game over.
Absolutely, man. Now, look, that's great to hear. Really good stuff with that, man. For 2 wins, to end the year. What do you reckon about this year? Just in reviewing this year, what were your highlights this year with your fights? You said this fight was your best one. Also, from the other fights, what were your main takeaways, and what were the best moments from the other fights as well? Even this fight as well. What were the best moments that you've had this year, in your opinion?
Oh man. I'd definitely say one of my happiest moments was definitely my first fight. And now I don't think any fight going forward would match that kind of energy that I've had. I don't think anything can match your first fight in general, because that's when you feel the most happy. And yeah, I was just on cloud nine for a number of days, for almost a week. But now, after my last fight, now I don't feel that same feeling anymore. But yeah, definitely one of my highlights I'd say is I don't know really. I guess it's just I think every fight is sort of a highlight on its own right.
Mm,
Um, just the amount of support I get from people everywhere I go. Even though I've never asked anyone to support me, but they still put their best foot forward to support me, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, it's all wouldn't be I'd say it wouldn't be possible just with me alone. It's definitely a concerted team effort. So yeah, I've thanked all my coaches, all my teammates, sparring partners, and all that. And yeah, it's a very good year so far. Now that I think of it, it's been a great blast.
yeah, look, that's really good to hear, and man, it's been interesting. You said at the start of the year you didn't even think about before your first fight, you didn't even think about having a fight, and now you've got 4 fights and you've won all 4 of them. That's a real change. Things do really change, eh? When you just take it on and decide to do something, and you things do change a lot. Just with regards to that, Aaron, also, what were the more challenging parts of the year? Being an amateur boxer, what were the challenges that you experienced?
Oh man, I'd say you really have to manage your time very well, and also your rest time as well. Um, for me personally, I had to leave my job and yeah, just to get my training done for the training camps. You have to train twice a day, at least twice a day, if you really want to make it. Um, but yeah, like that's definitely a lot of challenge, like managing your work time if you're working a job or yeah, or if you're studying and all that. You have to train in the mornings and then go to work. And after work, you have to go back to training again. So if you can manage to do that, then good for you. But for someone like me, I struggled with it a lot because I was losing time for sleep, for recovery, which is one of the two most important things for an athlete. I'm sure you'd understand. A lot of athletes need sleep.
Yeah,
That's one of the most things. I'd say that was very challenging for me this year. I had to make that decision to see if I should continue working at this job or or keep rolling with my momentum with what I've achieved in boxing. So yeah, tough decision, but it's well worth it.
absolutely, man. Definitely is, man. 4-0, eh? Aaron Blair.
Yeah, it's
Man.
hard. It's hard for me to trade that off with something else. I can't even think of anything that can match that at the moment. For me personally, you know, if it's like anyway, we'll get to that other stuff next time.
Yeah, man. Aaron, just with that also, yeah, for next year, now your plans, just going to enjoy some downtime at the moment till next year. Just for next year, any news about who you're going to fight, anything like that, or any goals or objectives you have for next year?
Yes, for next year, hopefully my next fight will be for a title.
Oh,
So hopefully it's New South Wales title fight. If we can get that done, that would be great. Um, and I hope that I won't be fighting until May or June. I'm gonna definitely gonna take some time off because we're currently in an off season right now. So kind of like in footy, you have an on season, off season
mm-hmm.
sort of thing. In this off season for the next 6 months, I want to work on developing a few skills. Um, because during camp or in season, you don't really get time to develop new skills. Just training the same thing over and over. But yeah, want to work on my explosiveness and power. Yeah, hopefully we get that done this year. Yeah, I think I might be fighting less this year, but we'll see what
Next year.
happens. And one of my goals this year as well is maybe to jump onto kickboxing. So I'll be fighting in K1.
Well, sweet kickboxing, eh? Yeah, you've been training
So,
kickboxing as well. I remember you telling me this. Yeah, kickboxing. How's that going? The training?
yeah, I love it. Yeah, we should definitely get together sometime and do some kicks.
Pretty freaking lazy. That's the problem with me. You talked about sleep, man. I don't get much sleep for some reason. Probably got to get off my phone a bit. I'm too addicted to it. But yeah, just with that, Aaron, the kickboxing and boxing. So, been boxing for a bit longer than kickboxing. For me, when I've done it, I'm not even an actual fighter, just doing fitness. But I felt that kickboxing is a lot more tiring because, of course, you use all your whole body and you have to use everything. Do you feel the same thing with kickboxing compared to boxing? You feel it's a lot tougher?
Yeah, definitely. That's why I personally believe these kickboxers, I have a lot of respect for them because, like, um, right now, like for boxers, they generally look at kickboxers like they're really somehow not good or got shit punches or they're shit at boxing. But that's there because of a reason. A lot of boxers don't realize that because they've never crossed over. But when I crossed over a for a couple months this year, I realized wow, like it's very tiring and they have a lot more tools in their arsenal. They can kick your ass, like they can definitely kick a boxer's ass like whenever they want. And yeah, it's easier to get humbled in kickboxing than boxing, I feel like. So yeah, man. Um, but that's what I like about it, just crossing over to another different sport, um, which is also a combat sport, and just exploring a new world, getting to know new people, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun adventure this time again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Gee, wouldn't mind playing some football, get some kicking power.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. Just with that, Aaron. Also, before we do wrap it up, um, yeah, who do you think's been important this year for you? Who do you believe's been the most important for you? Any particular shout outs?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my coach Mike from Soulbox. He's one of the best guys ever, um, personally, and just just everything. He's my coach. He's my life advisor. He's my friend. He's concierge. I don't know. But yeah, he's just given me all the support that I need throughout this year, and yeah, as far as singling out one person, I think he's the guy. He's the man.
Yeah, that's shout out to Mike as well. You've done a great job with Aaron. He's a changed man. But Aaron, look, man, thank you very much for tuning in. So thanks for joining us, man. Really do appreciate it. Last podcast of the year with you as well. 2023, what a year it's been. I've achieved a lot. You've achieved a lot. You've done really well, mate. Keep it up, and hopefully 2024 produces more goods. And who knows what's going to happen next? What's around the corner? If that New South Wales fight's on, we better be a better. Uh, yeah, I'm definitely going to try and go for sure. Probably get all the boys over to support you, and if you win that title, well, we're having a party. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, just with that, Aaron, any last words for all the people at home?
Hey, look, guys, just enjoy life and I guess tune in for the next couple news, and keep tuning into Destroy the Stumps podcast. So got your man
Thanks.
here, and he's out there, keeping us all up to date and just giving us a hand in media and yeah, he's showing us what life is, man. So keep tuning in, guys.
Thank you very much, man. Thanks, Aaron. Thank you guys for tuning in, and from all of us here from the Destroy the Stumps. Well, I'm the only guy at the moment, but yeah, for Aaron and also me, we say bye for now. All right, we'll fuck that up, but okay. All right, that's it, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for your time. Stay safe wherever you are. Until next time, it's bye for now, and we're out of here. Let's go.
Thank you.